People are always asking me, Leah Thompson, girl, how do you stay so doggone glamorous? So I tell them, Mall of America.
1 square foot of retail space at the Mall of America for every resident.
If you've ever been to New York City, the number one thing on your list is probably to go shopping. Now, even if you don't buy anything, you still got to go check it out. But what if I told you that New York City shopping malls are completely dead? Today, let's unpack.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
All right, so the people who are new to the channel, I've been in New York for about 7 years now, so that's a pretty good amount of time to get some experience living here. Now, I've done it all when it comes to living to New York City, but yesterday I decided to go to the shopping mall, and it was just a random Tuesday, and I wanted to just get some B-roll and test out my new camera and maybe pick up a pair of sneakers or two. And I was shocked at how little people were at the mall yesterday. Now, granted, I do know that it was a Tuesday and it was probably around noon, but nonetheless, the kids are out of school this week. I don't know if you guys have this in other places, but in New York City, the schools have a Christmas break, then they have a winter break. So we're on winter break right now. I never had a winter break growing up, but you would think that if these kids are out of school, what better place to spend time than the mall? So I grabbed my camera gear and had with my girl in the car about, do I feel safe about bringing this camera gear into the mall when I had nothing to worry about? So as you can see, there was nobody in this mall. Now, I fully understand it's a Tuesday, but like I said, the students were out of school for this entire week. What better place to go and hang out with your friends but the mall? But for whatever reason, it is empty. And this isn't an issue just for New York City. This is a larger issue within the United States of how U.S. malls are dying. Some of them are being turned into apartment complexes, and they're really just ghost towns. Now, taking a step back to look at what malls used to be like when we were growing up, I mean, oh my God, the mall was the place to be. I remember when I was in middle school, if you weren't at the mall or you weren't at the movies on the weekend, man, I don't know what you were doing. It didn't even matter. You didn't have to have no money. You didn't have to watch a movie. You didn't have to really even go with anybody. All you had to do was put on your flyest outfit, go and meet your boys at the mall, go sit at the food court with your little $5 and have some McDonald's and just chop it up. I mean, it was a great time to meet girls. It was a great time to meet other dudes. I mean, it was craziness though. I mean, there were fights, people were stealing. It was insane, but nonetheless, there was a common place for students and children to go. It's not like that anymore. There is nowhere for these kids to go anymore, and it sucks. But you would think that they would go to the mall. I don't really understand it. Especially in the early 90s and 2000s, man, the mall nostalgia was there. The mall was the place to be. If you were a brick and mortar location and you were thinking about doing something, you need to be in the mall. If you were trying to be somewhere, or you were trying to be somebody, you need to be in the mall. If you were trying to get fashion, if you were trying to get girls, you were trying to get noticed, you were trying to get a job, the mall was the place to be. And it's so sad to see the downcline of the mall with the rise of online shopping and people ordering Amazon and what have you. It's really, really unfortunate. And New York City has some of the most iconic malls in the world. You got Queens Center Mall, the shops at Columbus Circle. Now, granted, some places to still go shopping like downtown in Soho or on Fifth Avenue or Madison Avenue, whatever you want to call it. Some of those places are still pretty crowded depending on what time of day you go or what day of the week it is or what time of the year it is. But nonetheless, this conversation is about malls. It's not really about shopping centers and shopping spreads or what have you, but it's really just sad to see the sharp decline in the mall. Okay, but why? So why are shopping malls empty? Yes, we could talk about the economy. We can talk about if people have money or not to spend. But the first thing I would say is just an overall decline in brick and mortar shopping. Online places like Amazon, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, anywhere who really offers an online service, people are willing to opt into that as opposed to physically going to a brick and mortar location, because time and time and again, we see locations closing. We see them carrying less product. We see less staff on hand. And even when we do go, sometimes our experience is disappointing because of the things that I just mentioned. So the second thing I think is causing this is Retail stores are closing for high rent, high insurance rates because theft is so bad in New York City. New York City is a really liberal city and does not punish its criminals. Theft is a big reason why you've seen shopping centers, retail centers, storefronts, brick and mortar locations close permanently. One of those biggest examples is CVS and Walgreens and Duane Reade. They have pretty much left New York City over theft and crime. And all of that makes insurance rates go up. It makes you have to pay security. It makes you have to pay higher wages because people feel like they're in danger. And all of that costs money. For you to feel safe, unfortunately, that costs money. And sometimes these companies say it's not worth it and they just throw in the towel.
In terms of money, we have no money.
And the third thing I think it is people don't really hang out in malls anymore. I don't know where the younger kids are hanging out these days. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're on Discord. Maybe they're on chat rooms. Maybe they're on FaceTime. Maybe they're on the phone. Maybe they're on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever the case may be. But when it comes to kids and young kids spending time together in person, I don't really see it unless it is directly before or directly after school. I don't see kids hanging out on the weekend at the mall. I don't see kids after school at the mall. Yes, I do, but not for long. Maybe for an hour or two after that, but that's it. But on a week like this, when they're off of school, you would think that these kids would be chomping at the bit to get out of the house and go hang out with their friends, but I don't know. Maybe I'm old. Some of y'all leave some comments below and you tell me. And New York also has unique struggles, right? We have gentrification. We have people from all walks of life. We have rampant crime. So the things that New York is dealing with when it comes to the decline in the shopping mall are probably going to be a lot different than what the suburban mall that's supporting the 50,000 residents there is doing. You know what I mean? Because there's so many other options in New York City, and going to a shopping mall sometimes just may not be feasible for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. And New York is resilient, so it probably will bounce back from this, I have no doubt. But to see the sharp decline in malls is really, really sad. So what do we think the future of malls are going to be? I don't know, but I do think it's a really good opportunity for people who are thinking about getting brick and mortar locations. You know what I mean? Because these million square foot malls, something's going to happen to them. They still need to make money. There still is a landlord at the mall. Someone still owns the mall. These open storefronts, just because they're empty doesn't mean that they're not losing money on these footprints, right? So I think it might be an opportunity for, if you have a screen printing business or if you have a small direct to consumer business that doesn't require a brick and mortar location but does need a physical space to work out of, I think that could be a good option for you. Even myself, I'm thinking about getting a production studio. I'm thinking about looking at a place in the mall, because why not? I mean, they're probably begging for people to come in, be there. So why not us do it?
You serious?
But also, maybe what are they going to convert to? Maybe malls are going to convert to government buildings. Maybe they can convert to housing. Maybe they can convert to schools. Malls are really big places with a lot of parking and existing infrastructure that can be converted into other things. Now, I don't know what those are, but those are just a couple of examples. So are malls just for tourists now? Are malls just for old people working out? Are they just for homeless people? What is the point? What is the point of having a mall anymore? So comment below. Let me know you guys' thoughts, because this is truly, truly devastating. I went there yesterday and it was a ghost town and I just could not believe my eyes. And honestly, it makes me really, really sad. And it's just so crazy how malls used to be the place to be, the #1 place to be on the planet. If you weren't at the mall, then I don't know what you were doing. I don't know where you were at. Because before cell phones, yeah, we saw her at the mall. Yeah, we saw his ass at the mall. So, man, young kids, it's tough out here, ain't it? So guys, comment below. Let me know what you think about the empty malls in New York City. Let me know what else you want to talk about. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the overall state of New York and the overall state of shopping malls in general. So that's going to do it for today. If you like this video, man, like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe below. And that's going to do it for today, y'all. Peace.